Kia ora everybody and welcome back to the kitchen. It's my job to make a soup tomorrow for our meeting that we've got. So I have been slow cooking some bacon bones that I got from the local butcher, and they're really good bacon bones. Not particularly meaty, but they smoke their own, so it makes the flavour really good. Now all I did was just added some water to these bones, and the water's pretty warm now, and so what I'm going to do is just pull all the meat apart so that we can put it back into the juice and things like that. So let me do that. Let me pull the meat off the bones, and we'll go from there, eh? See you soon. Okay, right. I have taken all the bacon bones out and I've split them down, and I chucked some of them through the food processor, which I sort of probably over processed. And I'm going to throw that back into the water. So the water that I've got here, the stock that I slowly cook the bacon bones in. Can you see that? It's really good. The flavour is just really good. You know, it really pays to find a butcher where they've got some good quality bones. The bones itself, like I got a kilo of bones and they cost me $10, but it was worth it. There wasn't a huge amount of meat on it, but the flavour from the meat was just kapow, because they smoke their own bacon, which is terrific. So, you know, hunt somebody down, hunt one of your butchers, local butchers down, and support them. If all else fails, go and get yourself a bacon hock, you know, that you can get from the grocery store for about $7, and cook that off slowly. And when it's soft and the meat starts to fall to bits, just take the skin and the rind and the fat off, and then just pull the meat to bits, and then you'll be left with a really good stock, or the basis of a really good stock for a bacon hock soup. Did I tell you we were making bacon hock soup? Surprise! We are. That's what we're making. So I'm going to add our bacon meat back in here, the meat from the bones, and I've chopped up anything that I could find in my fridge, literally anything. I've got parsnips, carrots, kumara, leek, and celery, I think. And I think I've even got some coriander. So I'm going to throw all that in together and just let it cook off. Now, soups like bacon hock soup it's not a quick soup. So some of the other soups that we've shown you have been like a half hour from way to go. This sort of soup, because it takes so long to put in the slow cooker, takes a long time. So it's a good idea, for example, to put a bacon hock on into your slow cooker overnight, so that in the morning it's all ready. Then you can turn it off, let it cool down, skim off all the fat, and pull the meat to bits, and then go from there and use the stock to make your soup up. So I'm going to chuck everything in here and just let it cook off and let it do its thing, and then I'll see you I'm probably thinking in about an hour. Okay, so see you soon. Right, I thought I'd show you this before we go too much further. Ooh, look at that. How good does that look? So I've just chucked everything literally back into the stock, and I'm just going to let it do its thing. I've thrown in some coriander, and for you coriander haters out there, that's all good. You do you, okay? If you don't want to put any fresh herbs in it, don't put fresh herbs in it. If you've got onions and you want onions in it, put onions in it. If you want finely chopped cabbage, then put finely chopped cabbage in. It's all good. This is your thing, whatever you want to put in it. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to let it do its thing. Did I tell you I also added some garlic? I added about a tablespoon of crushed garlic, because this is a really big stock pot. So I'll give you the recipe or the approximate measurements for a soup for maybe 6 people. Okay, this is a big stock pot to feed the people at the meeting. That'll do. So let this cook off, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, everything's been cooking beautifully, and I'll show you what it looks like. Look at that. How good is that? Yum, there's lots of meat and lots of veg. What I did was I ended up by just putting the masher through and just mashing all those veg up. So there's some, oh look, I've totally steamed up some real chunky bits, but there's also some you know, that have been broken up into little bits. I also threw in some spinach, just frozen spinach that I had. And now what I'm going to do is I've got some self-raising flour here. I've got a couple of cups of self-raising flour, and I'm going to add enough water to make just a really soft dough, so that I can make some doughboys, and they're like dumplings, so that I can put them straight into the soup, and it can thicken it up a little bit and be really yummy when we eat them. So let me do that and I'll show you what it's like when I put them in, eh? See you soon. Right, I've mixed up my flour with a bit of warm water and it's made a real soft, sticky dough, and that's okay. I have to get this done before my family, because I've just come back from the rugby and they want to eat the soup, so I have to hurry up. Right, so now that I've mixed that up, I'm just going to use a couple of clean spoons and just spoon in small spoonfuls into the soup, just like that. And they're already starting to float. Yum! Even I'm excited for this. Don't forget again to taste your soup. I ended up by adding a little bit of, I think I added a tablespoon of chicken stock to this. You can add a little bit of salt and pepper if you need it. So let me show you what these look like now that they're cooking. Just hold on there. Can you see that? How good do they look? So let me finish cooking those off and we'll talk soon. Everybody, this is it. This is what it looks like. There's a dumpling in the middle. My daughter said to me, you need to put more dumplings in it. But you know what, we're just going to put one in there and they can fight over the rest. So I hope you guys are safe and taking care of each other and eating great food like bacon hock soup. So take it easy and we'll see you soon. Ka kite anō.